Alright, welcome back to part 2 of episode 10, everyone. Let's see, how long have I been waiting? Well, according to my clock, about 10 seconds. It took you a full 10 seconds to go to the next video. What's wrong with you guys? You're faster than that. Alrighty, well, I've probably kept you waiting a few hours by now, haven't I? Because of the really slow upload speed of these episodes. They're pretty big files, let me tell you. I think I said this earlier. I had to... I actually had to... go out and buy an entire new external hard drive for my laptop, which is where my capture card's hooked up to, so that I could continue to fit more, so I could get free up more memory to do more recordings. I actually had no more memory left on my computer because of this, solely because of this series. It is a memory sucker, let me tell you. All right. So we still have not ended our turn from the last episode, the last part, pardon me. So let's do that right now. End. Mr. Sid Meier, another government change. The Germans have replaced their fundamentalism with a democracy. Someone's finally breaking the trend. Democracy instead of monarchy. Their science and gold production will increase by 50%. However, the people will refuse to allow them to declare war. Got it? And who's winning? Well, according to this chart, I am pretty much dominating in all categories, except the domination victory. I have no capitals except my own. No one has lost a capital. I'm going to make you guys a promise right now. That will change by the next episode. In episode 11, that's going to change very quickly. But of course, technology, I've got 34 to Gandhi's 28, and everyone else is really trailing behind us. Economics, I've hit the 4th milestone. Gandhi's in 2nd with the 3rd milestone. And I am just way above everyone else culturally with 15 to Bismarck and Gandhi's 5. So, this is what happens when you do Emperor difficulty. They just cannot keep up with you. And sire, you will be pleased to know that we only need 5 additional great people, wonders, or converted cities to be able to build a United Nations wonder and win a cultural victory. I see, and if I remember correctly, I could have sworn you said I only needed 4 the last time you popped up. So I wonder what happened. Oh, wait, I think I know what happened. It's because I didn't settle that great builder yet, and you took him into account when he appeared. I see. Top 10 cities. Boston, Washington, New Orleans, and New York. Top 4 cities are ours. Athens and Delhi are still somehow trumping Abydos. I do not know how that is possible. Must be those great people. Actually, they've got a beat for population, too. So, Abydos is a lot more barren than I gave it credit for. And, of course, our island city of Hyderabad, which we stole from Gandhi a while ago, is number 10. Bismarck here has got Berlin and Dortmund. Now, unfortunately, as you look at this list, it appears to be completely bare of any Egyptian cities. Well, when she only owns 2. Her capital and a mystery city, which is up in the north. I'll show you that in a second. It's kind of hard to make the top 10. University of New York, quadruple our science output. Excellent. So, anything else we can do? Not really. So, I had been specifically requested that the Statue of Liberty be built in New York, and I agree. So, New York shall do nothing except build the Statue of Liberty until it is completed. Even if it takes 14 turns. Alright, so yep, it was indeed Henry Ford. Let us settle you in Stuttgart. I am really beefing this city up. And lo and behold, next turn that factory will now be completed. Major speed up. Oh, and also, I mentioned this earlier, Cleopatra still has this mystery city here in the clouds, which I have not gotten a look at yet. Maybe another episode or 2 before I get the chance, unless she decides to declare war on me sometime this episode. We shall see. But in the meantime, end the turn. Exalted One. Our wise men have discovered the secrets of mass production. Our cities can now utilize aluminum resources, which is 4 extra resource squares on an aluminum, which is usually found on a hill square. However, I do not have any within my territory that I can reach to my knowledge. Alright, in addition, we can build modern infantry units. And whoa, our civilization is the first to discover mass production. As a result, we receive this bonus. A modern infantry has been built in Boston. So what are we going to do next? Well, I was talking a lot about printing press and how that leads to mass media a little while ago. So let's go for mass media. Again, the scientist's favorite technology. I think we can just sum this up by saying if it's technology, he's in love with it. He loves it. He wants to marry technology. And of course, that aside, mass media can lead to culture, and with it we can build the Hollywood wonder. Oh, and by the way, it costs 600 resources, not 300. So let's do it. We want to make big, epic movies. So we want Hollywood. Go for mass media. And also, our economy is booming. Gold reserves have hit over 2,000. As a result, we receive 1+ population in each city. The next economic milestone will occur when we have over 5,000 gold. Okay. As you can see, Stuttgart just went up to 7 population when it was at 6 before, and in addition, it just completed the factory. So you see that and you say, 45 production. Wyndham, you were constantly boasting about how epic this city was going to be with an enormous amount of production. That 45 is nothing. Well, you'd be absolutely correct if that's what you're thinking. So, we're going to take our next steps to beefing that up. You know what? Right now. So, with that done, after we make one little change here, we've just gone from 45 to 66 with that one building, the iron mine. So now we'll shift it over to a courthouse, which will further increase that production reach. And again, keep our troops there, and here we are, the Iron Modern Infantry. The Modern Infantry unit we just got for discovering mass production. And I can't quite tell this, but if you look at that Modern Infantry's guy's mouth, it looks like he's got like a cigar or something coming out of there. I've never been able to figure out what that is, but it just looks like a cigar to me. I don't know why. If I'm mistaken, that'd be good to know. Yeah, it's either a cigar or it's possibly some kind of microphone coming out of a headset that he's wearing, but I doubt that. If anyone else has been able to ever zoom in on that picture and find out for sure what that is, I'd really, really love to know. But in any case, let's upgrade him. March to give him +1 movement per turn, or Medic, the ability to heal anywhere. Well, let's see. I very rarely end up using the Medic ability, so let's give him March. When we go to war, we're going to have a lot of fast striking units, so we're going to want the Modern Infantry to be able to keep up. We're going to be using a very, you know what? Scratch that. I'll go about my military strategy when it actually becomes relevant and we start attacking people. So keep him in there. And King's Landing has completed its 3rd battleship. So let us merge them to form the 2nd battleship fleet. Right outside Bismarck City of Bonn. Alright, so now that that's been completed, let's shift you over to a library. Which, you know what, we're just going to rush that. Then we'll shift you over to a granary. 190 gold, with me getting 224, not that bad. I can stand to rush it. Actually, now that it occurs to me, there was another building I said I was going to rush. A factory inside of Washington. For 300, I say that's worth it. Kick us up from 8 to 24, tripling our production. And let's get an iron mine going. And let us end the turn, and from the looks of it, we are about to turn the century into 1900 AD, or we will as soon as I read this message. This just in, sire, a government change. The Greeks have replaced their monarchy with a democracy. Okay, so that's the new cool thing now. Under democracy, science and gold production will increase by 50%. However, the people will refuse to allow a declaration of war. Right. Sire, he will be pleased to know that you only need 4 additional great people, wonders, or converted cities to be able to build the United Nations and win a cultural victory. Interesting. Heads up, guys. At this point in the game, when I play, this is where I'm basically just getting great person or wonder basically like almost every single turn or every other turn, but I'm just getting them so fast that we're going to be seeing that message come up a lot from here on out. Alright, so courthouse has been built in Stuttgart, but we're still sitting there at 66. So let's see if we can't do anything about that. Is Bismarck using these? Yes, he is. But we can still do that and kick it up to 75. However, let's see. We're going to actually divert a little bit from production in order to get a little bit of extra food going in this city so it can grow a little quicker. So we're back down to 66. Alright, so looks like Bismarck is impeding. These 2 mountain squares, which I'd like to use since they're key to the success of Stuttgart, are currently being blocked by Bismarck as they are still within his territory and he's using them. So we may have to wait until we declare war on him to be able to take those back. Alright, what can we do here? Let's go for a workshop. Let's put those hill squares we got to use to make up for it in the meantime. Hyderabad completes a harbor. And let's shift it over to the university. Take advantage of that science. Let's see. Actually, what can we do here? Okay, yeah, we'll do this instead. Just cut production down a lot, but we just increased our food output and our science output by a significant amount to each one. So I'd say that's worth it. Hyderabad gets bigger. We can just divert that to more production. So again, as I've said, I like having my population up instead of, what is this? Gandhi is threatening me again. So, you want mass production? You can't have it. And you were just bluffing. I see. Alright, so let's make a switch here. Now we can finally build the Leonardo's Workshop Wonder. And big things are going to happen when this is done. Let's see, let's just go back to Leonardo's Workshop. So what does this do? Well, it upgrades all my units. And what does that mean? Well, first of all, I want you to take a good look at... I'm going to go through all my cities, and I want you to take a good look at all the units in them. So we got Abydos, Horsemen, Pikemen, and Riflemen. Tank, Archer, Modern Infantry, and Riflemen there in Boston. Archers in Washington. Riflemen in Hyderabad. Ranger Militia there in New Orleans, but there's nothing that... he won't be doing anything. A Rifleman Army in New York. Tank in King's Landing. Nothing to do there. And a bunch of assorted units in Stuttgart, including pikemen, riflemen, and knights, and a cannon. Nothing to do with that cannon just yet, unless I wanted to wait, which I don't. So, big changes coming up next turn. Lo and behold. As soon as we read this message, lo and behold. The Indians have replaced their monarchy with a democracy. Oh, isn't that nice? We have discovered the secrets of mass media. Now we can build the Hollywood wonder. We are the first to discover mass media. As a result, we receive this bonus. All cities increase in population. Population is on a serious rise here. And also, we're going to have to wait till the next part to go take a look at that. So click that icon on the top right and go to part 3.